In this video, I want to ask the audience a question. It's a serious question, and I'll go through the evidence of why I'm asking it in a minute. The question is this: does the handling of this virus amount to torture? On the face of it, it might seem like a ridiculous question, and I can already hear the objections to it. But I'm going to take you through evidence from an Amnesty International report from 1975 where they took a deep look at torture, what constitutes it, what it does to people, and what methods actual torturers have used in this thing called no-touch torture. It's psychological torture, it's mental torture. And by the end of this, I hope that you will see that the question doesn't have an easy answer. In fact, I think you will come to the conclusion that yes, indeed, the responses to this coronavirus in many regions of the world do in fact amount to torture. Let's begin by looking at excerpts from this 1975 Amnesty International report on torture. I want to take you to page 34, where they are going through the 4 elements of torture. They say that at least 2 persons must be involved, the torturer and a victim or victims, and that the victim is under the physical control of the torturer. They move to the second element, which is the basic one of the infliction of acute pain and suffering. They specify in this paragraph that definitions that would limit torture to physical assaults on the body exclude mental and psychological torture, which undeniably causes acute pain and suffering. So they say those 2 elements must be incorporated in any definition. They say that in chronic stress, people give up. They give up their will to live. They lose their normal responses and desires. But they also say giving up could take other forms. In their study of soldiers who were POWs for a longer period of time, they say men became susceptible to illnesses like bronchopneumonia, asthma, bronchitis, coronary disease, TB, and cancer. Look how many of those, though, are bronchial. And what would a bronchial stress response look like today in the paradigm they've created? They would make you a suspect of having COVID, wouldn't they? Would they say bronchial pneumonia, asthma, and bronchitis? So you're super stressed, you develop bronchial symptoms, and you go to the doctor, and they're going to lump you in with the COVID people, thereby increasing your stress and putting you into their system more deeply. Nobody wants to be involved in this contact tracing thing or be forced to be intubated or be separated from their loved ones. Nobody wants that. So it's an evil genius of this type of torture that I say we're under right now, that our stress responses themselves are used against us.
But we got a social